Dosm Rider Review.
Hey YouTube, Dosm Rider here with a special edition of Dosms Rambles. The in-space one is on the way, hopefully be here next week. But today is the Power Rangers 21st anniversary. So in honor of that, I decided to do a special vlog, which essentially is, or vlog, Dosms Rambles, which is essentially based off of one I was planning on doing anyway, which is what makes Power Rangers special. I apologize if the thing goes blurry. I hope it doesn't, but if it does, I got this cap to hide my face because I'm having a bad hair day, so my face will also be shadowy. This is not about Power Rangers, it's just about me. Anyway, I don't know why I'm rambling about that. So, this vlog, be warned, strap in, because it's going to be rambly and all over the place, like usual. But anyway, so I thought this was a perfect opportunity for this vlog, because as you may know, I've recently been rewatching Power Rangers, made it through MMPR now about halfway through Lost Galaxy, and through it, you know, it's gotten me to think a lot about what makes Power Rangers special. What is it that sets it apart from its Sentai counterpart? Because so many people compare it nowadays. It's almost sickening. And, you know, I've been a Sentai fan for a lot of years now. I started with Geki Ranger, so it's been a long time. And I'm a fan of both. But there is always something about Power Rangers that is just special. That sets it apart from Sentai. This certain vibe, this certain feel, this just Power Rangers-ness, I guess you could say, that Sentai can never replicate, and it can't touch it, which is great. I don't want it to. And there's just so many things that contribute to that. I mean, just the universe itself, I think, is the core thing, which I think is really cool. As messy as it is, I mean, every year the continuity gets a little more messy and different because we keep adding things to it, but that's what I love about it. In particular, in the first 6 years, it's all part of this one expanded universe, which is really cool. They have all these different planets and races and villains that were all interconnected, and the whole "may the power protect you" thing, and it almost gives it this Star Wars-ish vibe. And you know, the very concept of the Power Rangers seems to be this thing of importance, that these, you know, guardians, these champions of justice, and the concept has been around even before Earth. And you just, I got it when I was younger, and I got it when I rewatched it now, this just sense of all interconnectedness, which Sentai just doesn't have, because they restart every year. And that's what I think that makes Power Rangers special. I mean, granted now, we do standalone stories every year, and with the exception of RPM though, they all still take place in the same universe, so you might get a mention of something, or maybe a cameo or a throwback or something, and even if it's disconnected from each other in terms of the core story, they all are in the same universe, which is really cool. And everyone knows who the Power Rangers are. They haven't really highlighted that much in Samurai, and they have done a little bit in Megaforce, but still, it's just something special about it, which I think is really cool. That, like I said, just Sentai can't touch with that, and I love that about Power Rangers, that it has these interconnected stories, and you have special things like certain Rangers having numerous mantles of Rangers that they've taken up. You know, you got Adam with the Black Ranger, and then the two Greens, and then Tommy with all of the Ranger mantles he's had from Green MMPR through Red Turbo, and then coming back years later. That's something they don't have there, or the fact that our main series had 5 suits from one Sentai series with another from the second series, and then we had Zords that spanned 3 series. It's this unbelievable special thing that I just think is great. And other things like make it special, I think, like the civilian fights. I mean, in recent years we have gotten more civilian fights in Sentai, but the civilian fights were always something unique to PR that just made it, you know, well, special. But yeah, this seems like a rant, like it's not anti-Sentai, but I'm just trying to say that there's something about Power Rangers that makes it different, that is the reason that out of the core 3 Toku shows I watch, which is Sentai Rider and PR is probably my favorite, just because there's something special about it, and I can rewatch it and go back into that world, and it's something special. And, you know, I've usually been more bored by Sentai overall than I have by Power Rangers, and my main point about this, I think, is that it's really sad that I see so many fans, because a good majority of the Toku community now started with Power Rangers, like me, and then they found Sentai and Rider, just like me. But so many of them are so quick to abandon it and be like, oh, that's kiddie garbage, I only watch serious adult tokusatsu like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, because there's blood running down their cheek one time and they stood next to beer. They're hardcore. That was their voice. But it's just sad, because Power Rangers has just as much to offer, and in some areas more, and it's a shame that so many people quickly forget their roots about it. and are so quick to dismiss it. In particular, nowadays, we really tear Power Rangers apart with our knowledge of the source material, and I think we need to let it stand on its own. But I don't. This seems like more of a rant for a day that we're supposed to be celebrating. But you know, Power Rangers should be celebrated. Without Power Rangers, I would not be in front of this camera right now. This room would look completely different. Everything. Power Rangers is the one show that, if you removed it from my timeline, would completely affect my life. Like if you removed Grey's Anatomy or The Office, which would be terrible because I love The Office. I mean, it would change things so minusculely. But Power Rangers literally affected the whole course of my life. It's the reason I have the friends that I have now, the reason I have this channel, all these toys. It's just, it would completely alter the course of my timeline. It's just kind of crazy to think about that. I'm actually would love to see what that timeline looks like without Power Rangers in my life. That would, because, like I said, it would pretty much alter like so many events other than just watching it. So it's really a special thing. And I think at the anniversary it's important to remember that Power Rangers is still here, and it is getting better, and it still has something to offer. And, you know, not to just throw it away for the serious adult shows that people say that they are. And it's something that's always going to be special to me, and I think that it's just great. You know, this is my final little rantish thing. In Gokaiger, you know, they had that whole story with them knowing who the Sentai were, like the whole world, and there was like this huge legend of them. And, you know, obviously if you grew up over there, you kind of get that more, because you grew up with it there. But I always thought, you know, as much as I like to have Power Rangers stay on its own, that concept I thought would have worked really well for Power Rangers, and I sense that they were doing it in a way, because since the beginning, the world has known who the Power Rangers are, and it's like I said in Sentai, they start over every year. And it's weird because Sentai essentially does have a similar core feeling, but still the concept is so different every year that it always has a different vibe. And while Power Rangers certainly has a different feel every year, it always has the same core vibe, which I think is another good reason why it's special. That was just a random ranty thing. I have so many thoughts going on in my head. But yeah, I love Power Rangers still, obviously. I've met so many people because of it, both like amazing actors from the show and my awesome friends, and all you guys who continue to support me, which I appreciate. It's really impacted my life, and, you know, it's obviously, you know, grown the whole community over here on this side. So I think it's important to appreciate where it came from. And as sort of a final wrap up to this, recall schmeecall, no, I can't end like that. No, it's just, you know, appreciate Power Rangers. Try not to tear it down so much. There's so much hate for it nowadays. And, I mean, a lot of the stuff they've done, yes, is questionable. And I can certainly agree with a lot of the stuff that's gone wrong. But at the same time, I think we need to remember what Power Rangers has done. And that there's still stuff to be enjoyed from it. So, happy 21, Power Rangers. Generic joke about how you can drink now. I think that's about it. Like I said, the next Dosms Rambles will be in space. Hopefully they'll be out next week. Just with getting back from Morphicon and everything, I just didn't have time. I need to organize my thoughts a little bit, but that's definitely on the way. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangersrambles.com, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's Dosm Rider, signing out.